Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak, and he's Mike Brenner, and this is the MLB Odds Couple show for a Monday, July 11th All-Star break. In the sports betting season, this is the notorious time when there really is very little to a handicap and bet on. Tonight we have one AFL game, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we're going
One thing you got to admit, though, Pete, this first half of baseball flew by. Did it not fly by?
Nope. To me, it went exactly the same as any other first half of baseball.
Well, that means you cashed tickets again Friday and Saturday,
I did.
probably.
Saturday had a big losing day. Sunday had a huge winning day, though.
Did you?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of winners on Sunday. All right, so let's see. What we're going to handicap right now is the All-Star Game odds and the Home Run Derby, which people do look at every year. Now, Mike Brenner, let's just give a quick overview for those who aren't completely caught up on the Home Run Derby. First of all, today's going to be played in Petco Park.
Yes.
Right? Petco Park, usually known as a pitcher-friendly park, but a little bit less pitcher-friendly recently, and a little bit shorter in right field than in left field.
Yes, exactly.
So slightly more friendly to right-handed hitters, and we'll go over. A couple of years ago they changed the format of the Home Run Derby to make it a little bit more lively and exciting. I don't know if that'll work, but it definitely affects bonus. It affects the betting angle. Yeah. The reason I said bonus is because it's timed now, but if you hit a home run longer than 440 feet, you get a 30-second time bonus.
Exactly. You get the extension, in which obviously allow you to put a couple more out of the park.
So that means that length of home runs is a factor now, and it used to not be.
Absolutely.
It used to be that the length of home run didn't matter at all.
And again, they're just trying to grab that attention, and I get it. It's all about that money, but at the end of the day, it does affect the betting angles.
Yeah. So now, if someone is more likely to hit a long home run, that does matter. That makes them a better bet. All right, so let's go over it. We got
another interesting thing. Madison Bumgarner, one of the best hitting pitchers in baseball. All right, he really put a push on. He wanted to be a part of this, and it looked for a minute like he was going to be, but manager Bruce Bochy, he just totally shut that one down. He didn't want his big star to get hurt. But I wanted to throw that out there because I thought it was kind of interesting when you get a pitcher that's capable of knocking it out of the park.
Very interesting stuff there. Okay, so we got, and it's also a bracket format, right?
Yes.
All right, so who do we think is going to win? There's three lefties. All of them are the longest shots. Carlos Gonzalez, Seager, and Robinson Cano Cano's 9-1. He also, of course, won it, I believe, in 2011. And the rest of the guys are a bunch of righties: Duvall, Stanton, Mark Trumbo, Todd Frazier, and Will Myers. The favorite is Giancarlo Stanton at 3-1. Not a surprise there. Second choice is Trumbo at 3.5-1. He, of course, is a big classic right-handed hitting masher.
And he's got 28 homers already on the year. Trumbo does.
So the question is, do you want to automatically go with a lefty? Maybe. What do you think?
You know what, though? There's not all those lefties you named. Not one of them is in the top 5 for either the AL or the NL in home run stats so far.
Cano won this in 2011.
Of course he did. And Frazier was a big winner.
Yes, well,
he's
he won
a right-hander.
last year.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I got a feeling Frazier's going to pull it off. If not, I think Trumbo. But then again, you got that Chris Bryant sitting over there.
Well, he's not in it.
He's not exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
But why? He wanted to be. Had 25 home. No, this was a big story, and it's just part of it. He had wanted to be, and they stopped him from getting in there. He's got 25 home runs on the year, Pete. That would have changed the odds tremendously. So what I think, though, you look at Corey Seager, the rookie for the Dodgers.
Yes.
Right. Started off hitting home runs left and right. Now he is slowing down. So I don't know. I kind of think there's an advantage with Frazier. If I had to pick a lefty, Carlos Gonzalez could light up.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, which of these guys is likely to crush one more than a couple for more than 440 feet and get the bonuses? Trumbo obviously is a candidate for that.
Yeah.
Cano maybe not. Cano's the kind of guy who he's a good compact line drive hitter, and so he was a good bet when it was just a matter of how many you could hit as opposed to how far. He's probably not that likely to hit one and get any of those bonuses.
Yeah, I think he'd be a dark horse. That's why he's obviously an
And then
underdog.
there's maybe Will Myers at 6-1. He's the hometown favorite.
Yep.
He could do it. Let's see. All right. Do you want to give a pick here?
I do. You know what? Because when you said Stanton, he's been heating up as of late.
Yeah,
which
but he's
is
having
huge.
a crappy year, though.
He's having a crappy year, but the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's hitting the ball harder and longer than he has all year. I don't think it's enough, though. But I was going to mention Will Myers because of the hometown favorite. You're playing in front of your own crowd, but I don't know. Something's telling me Frazier's going to get it again. I'm going with Frazier. I'm going to go with Frazier.
5-1.
Yes.
All right.
I'll tell
you what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go with Stanton at 3-1 just because of the favorite. Obviously, he could win it. He's got a great bat, but he's having a down year. And at 3-1, no way I'll take it. With the lefties, man, Carlos Gonzalez is tempting at 8.5-1. He has very long true home run numbers, but that's a little bit inflated from playing.
And he's also having a terrible season, though. He is not off to a great season, Pete. He's struggling, so that's why I'd lay off of him. But I don't know.
I think that probably the guy who for the favorites I would take Mark Trumbo. He's just got the form of a big masher, and he could easily hit a couple more than 440. And if that happens, he gets some bonuses, and then look out.
I can't believe the Angels let that guy go. That was unbelievable.
It's between him and Will Myers. It's 6-1 as far as
I
I'm concerned.
can see it. You're going to put a bet in there, Pistol
No,
Pete.
I'm definitely not going to bet it.
No?
And this is not going on my permanent record.
No, this won't be on the record, but I'm betting it. I literally am. I'm going Frazier 5-1. I'm going to put $500 on it. I'm dead serious, Pete.
I will take Will Myers at 6-1.
Okay. You're taking Will Myers 6-1.
San Diego first baseman. Hopefully he will, not get outcried. Trumbo's the only one I'm scared of, really scared of as a threat. All right, so Will Myers 6-1. Your pick is what was it again?
Todd Frazier 5-1.
Okay, Todd Frazier 5-1.
And I'm going to sit back and enjoy it and pop a cold beer.
All right, then we got the All-Star game. Now, of course, everyone knows the trends recently, strong trends favoring the American League and overs, right? The American League's won 3 in a row, and I have their record here since '88. Wow, 21-6.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Now that could be a fluke, but if that is a fluke, that's a pretty stark outlying result there. And they're the small underdog right now. They're plus 107. And then, of course, as far as injuries are concerned, the National League lost 2 guys, and the American League starting lineup is intact. If you just look down the lineup, there's a lot of players for the American
I thought
League.
I was looking at the Cubs game for next week because they were all the Cubs had the whole infield. But you know what, Pete? There's one factor that needs to be talked about, and I don't know how many years it's been now, maybe 7, when they changed it to now the All-Star game has such a huge impact on the World Series to where when I grew up in Philadelphia, the All-Star game was competitive because these guys wanted to play. It started to get boring. It started to get sloppy. So now they decided it's going to decide who's home field for a World Series. I don't like that rule, but you got to know that's in players' heads, especially the Cubs players that are, wouldn't you think, and the manager? Or no? You don't think that's that big of a factor?
It's still an exhibition. I feel like that's so far away that that's really not how these guys think. So I don't think it's a big factor.
Because I think it plays into the betting advantage. I mean, if I'm a Cub right now and I think, God, we could really win it, I want to win this freaking All-Star game, make sure I got 4 games in my home field.
We'd have to ask him. But my guess is that, and put him up against a lie detector. My guess is that probably not a big deal for them at all. But maybe it is. All right. Given the historical records here, given the 2 injuries for the National League, I would take the American League at plus 107.
Okay. Well, we're going to go against each other then. Right. So what's the best shop line for me for National League?
Minus 116 for the National League.
Boom. I'm taking it. I'll go National League. Pistol Pete going AL because I don't think those 2 injuries are going to have a big factor.
No, I don't think so either.
But then again, I'm looking down at this lineup and I see Machado and Trout and Bogarts right there. That's and Altuve. Wait a minute.
I think it's mostly a coin flip, and
I think
I'll take plus 107.
Well, I'm going to take National League just for the fun of it, but I just looked a little deeper. And when you know what's interesting also, your pitchers, Pete. Pitchers are very important. When you got a pitcher like Strasburg, who's like 11 or 12-1 on the year, he's the 7th pitcher in the rotation to get into the All-Star game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
All these guys pitch just like 1 or 2 innings, so I feel like the pitching is kind of a wash as well. I'll take the American League at underdog odds. Those are our picks for the All-Star break weekend. And when's our next show going to be?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yep. Major League Baseball Odds Couple show for Thursday. So tune in and please hit that like button.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.